You feel like you're breaking down. But what if you're not breaking at all? What if the cracks you see are not signs of collapse, but openings? What if the tears, the exhaustion, the emotional weight you can't seem to carry anymore are not proof that you're failing, but proof that something inside you is finally refusing to stay closed? Because here is a truth most people never hear in the middle of their pain. You don't awaken by staying intact. You awaken by coming undone. Nothing truly new is born without first breaking the shell that once protected it. And if you feel like you're falling apart right now, if your emotions are louder than usual, if your old coping mechanisms aren't working anymore, you are not breaking down. You are breaking open. What breaking down feels like from the inside. Let's speak honestly about this phase. Because from the inside, it doesn't feel spiritual. It feels overwhelming, messy, uncontrollable. You cry more easily, or not at all. You feel raw, exposed, tender. Things that once felt manageable now feel too heavy. You might feel emotionally unstable. One moment calm, the next flooded with feeling. Old memories surface without warning. Unprocessed grief rises up. Questions you avoided for years suddenly demand answers. You try to hold yourself together, to stay strong, to be functional, to keep going. But something inside you says, I can't do this the old way anymore. And that scares you. You start wondering, why am I unraveling now? Why can't I control my emotions? Why do I feel so sensitive? Am I losing myself? From the outside, it might look like burnout, anxiety, or emotional collapse. From the inside, it feels like your inner walls are giving way. And here is what no one tells you. Those walls were never meant to last forever. Why this happens? The deeper truth. Here is the truth. Beneath the breakdown, you are not falling apart. You are shedding protection you no longer need. In psychology, emotional breakdowns often occur when the psyche can no longer suppress what it has been carrying. The nervous system reaches a limit. Old defense mechanisms fail. Repression stops working. Carl Jung described this as the moment when the unconscious demands to be integrated. What was pushed down now rises up, not to destroy you, but to be seen. Spiritually, this is known as initiation, a moment when your soul decides it is no longer willing to live half awake. The patterns you outgrew begin to crack. The identities you wore begin to loosen. The emotional armor you built to survive begins to dissolve. And yes, it feels like breaking, but it is not collapse. It is release. Because the parts of you that are breaking are the parts that were holding you together in ways that no longer served your growth. Metaphors of breaking open. Let your soul understand this through images. 1. Shattered glass. Becoming light glass breaks when pressure exceeds strength. But when light passes through broken glass, it scatters, creating prisms, rainbows, reflections. Your emotional cracks are letting light move in new ways. What looks like damage is actually diffraction. 2. A flower breaking through soil. The seed must split before the flower can rise. There is no gentle way out of the dark earth. The breaking is necessary. Your pain is not proof of weakness. It is proof of growth pushing upward. 3. The river, overflowing its banks. A river that never overflows, never reshapes the land. When emotions spill over, they carve new paths. Your tears are movement. Your overwhelm is flow. 4. The moon losing its shape. The moon disappears before it becomes full again. This phase, where you don't recognize yourself, is not loss, It is transition, the reframe, from breakdown to breakthrough. Here is the shift that changes everything. You are not breaking because you are weak. You are breaking because you are ready. Ready to stop suppressing. Ready to stop pretending. Ready to stop surviving. Breaking down happens when you can no longer live in pieces. Breaking open happens when you are ready to live whole. Your emotions are not betraying you. They are guiding you. They are saying, this is too heavy to carry alone. This is too important to ignore. This is too sacred to keep buried. This is not regression. It is integration. What is actually breaking? Let's be clear about what's falling apart. 1. Old coping mechanisms, numbing, avoiding, overworking, people-pleasing. They stop working because you don't need them anymore. 2. False identities. The version of you that stayed small to stay safe. The version that swallowed feelings to keep peace. That self cannot survive your awakening. 3. Emotional armor. Strength that came from suppression is being replaced by strength that comes from truth. 4. Old narratives. Stories like, I must be strong all the time. I can't fall apart. I shouldn't feel this much. These narratives are dissolving. 5. Cycles. Rooted in pain. Breaking open ends repetition. Because you can't repeat what you finally feel. Why it feels so intense. Breaking open feels intense because it happens all at once. Your inner system is being recalibrated. Your perception of the world is expanding. Your emotional range is widening, becoming deeper, richer, more alive. You feel more. Not because your emotions are unstable, but because your senses are awakening. Awakening does not feel peaceful at the beginning. It feels exposed. It feels raw. The storm always arrives before the clear, sunlit day. But remember this, the sky is not the storm. The storm only passes through it. You are the sky. The shift. Allowing instead of resisting. There is a moment when this process changes. When you stop asking, how do I fix this? And you start asking, what is this showing me? You let the tears come without shame. You let the feelings rise without judgment. You stop trying to patch the cracks and let them breathe. And slowly, something remarkable happens. The intensity softens. The pressure releases. The chaos organizes itself. Not because you forced healing, but because you allowed it. Breaking open becomes relief. What life looks like after you break open. This is where the transformation reveals itself. 1. You feel more honest with yourself. You no longer abandon your truth to maintain comfort. 2. Your boundaries strengthen naturally, not from anger, but from clarity. 3. You stop running from your feelings because you trust them. 4. Your relationships change. You connect from authenticity, not survival. Some connections fall away, others deepen. 5. You feel lighter, not because life is easier, but because you stopped carrying what was never meant to be carried forever. The cosmic view. Nothing in nature stays sealed. Stars explode to create new elements. Forests burn to regenerate soil. Shells crack to release life. The universe does not fear breaking. It uses it. You are not broken. You are participating in the same law of transformation. This moment is not the end of you. It is the beginning of alignment. You are opening. If you feel like you're breaking down, please hear this. You are not failing at life. You are succeeding at truth. This pain is not here to destroy you. It is here to free you. Let yourself open. Let yourself feel. Let yourself become real. Because once you break open, you will never again fit inside the small life you once tried to survive. And one day, you will look back at this moment and realize this was not when I fell apart. This was when I came alive. If this message met you where you are, take a breath. And if you feel called, like this video and subscribe. Not for the algorithm, but for your own alignment, your own healing, your own awakening. You are not broken. You are opening.